What's good, YouTube? Evan Number here. I just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I am ready to go. Let's get started with this video. So, yes, I'm back with another VGC battle. You'll see I'm using the Fantastic Four, but what's that down there? That is correct. This is the Fantastic Four rebooted. A lot of you knew I was really struggling with the last two members of the team. Original roster was Greninja, Sableye, Mega Kang, Manectric, Amola and Lucario, and Amola and Lucario were just not really working at all. So I did a team building video with this team in the team building series. Check out a link to that down below if you have not seen it. And I replaced Amola with Black Bolt, the Aerodactyl, new member of the Fantastic Four. So this is his chance to sign, your chance to meet him, the new member of the team. But again, if you have not seen the reason I added him to this team, check out the links down below. And I should mention, this is actually the second battle in this match. Today I'm bringing you a full VGC match, but unfortunately, I wasn't managing my battle codes right when I was streaming, and I wasn't able to save this battle code I had against Jake. So Jake, if you're watching this, please feel free to leave a link to the battle code if you saved it and made it public so everyone can see it. Unfortunately, I don't have access to that code. But I did lose the first battle. I had some great offensive pressure in the beginning, but Jake came back with a surprise win in the end. I think he won 1-0. I think his Venusaur killed my last few pokes. Which hurts. Like, some of you know, Venusaur is my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon, my favorite starter. I love the Mega. I love Venusaur. Mrs. Fields and I go way back. And she's turning on me lately. I don't understand. I'm losing the Venusaurs. It's horrible. Shade beat me with a Venusaur. It's just horrible. That's one reason I brought Aerodactyl on the team, because I'm not having it. We're gonna show Venusaur why it should be loyal to us. That's what we're gonna do. So, without further ado, let's go and get into this battle. Like I said, this is the second battle. So if I lose this one, the match is over and Jake will win. And if I win this one, we will manage to go to a game number 2. So, I actually lead with my Aerodactyl this time for the exact reason that the Venusaur was his win condition last time. I'm like, alright, this looks like a time where I need to actually bring my Aerodactyl. My opponent does actually lead with the Venusaur, which is a really good sign for me. Here, so I've obviously got Black Bolt the Aerodactyl and Mr. Fantastic, the Greninja. So I decided to taunt the Venusaur, kind of try and equip it a little bit. I'm predicting like maybe a Sleep Powder or something similar to that. I go for the Ice Beam on the Goodra, really hoping that my opponent doesn't go for Flamethrower. I'm hoping that they target the Aerodactyl, seeing it as a bigger threat. Here my opponent does go for an Energy Ball on Greninja. Luckily, I eat that up. And the T-Ball, I was terrified for a second, but it goes off on the Aerodactyl, so I'm in a great position. Now I go for the Sky Drop on the Venusaur to get some massive damage off on it. I'm assuming my opponent's not Mega-ing, which because they have the Charizard. You saw they had both a Charizard and a Venusaur. Luckily, I go for my second Ice Beam. I am able to take the Goodra out, so that's very huge for me. I'm guessing it was not the Assault Vest Greninja, or I'm insulting the insane buffness of Mr. Fantastic. So here I'm really hoping I can win a Speed Tie against this Greninja. I decided to chance it, and I actually go for an Ice Beam on the Venusaur, knowing that Sky Drop won't kill, but if I double team it, I can probably KO. So it is what I do. Luckily, I do manage to win the Speed Tie, and unfortunately, I go down to Life Orb, which means the Aerodactyl is going to have to take whatever hit this Greninja goes for, which means this could quite possibly be a double down. But surprisingly, my opponent actually reveals they're carrying U-Turn. Very interesting. I won U-Turn on my singles Choice Scarf Greninja. I've never seen it in VGC, so very cool. Not sure if that was the best moment to go for it, though. Because they don't have an Intimidate user or something they gain from, bringing it out. Here I do decide to go ahead and go into my Kangaskhan. And my opponent brings back in their Greninja, of course. Now, my biggest fear here was them going for a Mat Block and targeting my Aerodactyl, but my Aerodactyl actually does not have Protect on it. It's got Sky Drop, Taunt, what else? Rock Slide, and Wide Guard, I believe. So I predicted the Charizard to probably go for a Heat Wave. I think I probably should have honestly... I mean, I was conflicted. I went for the Rock Slide in case my opponent didn't go for Mat Block, because I do have Kang in the back and I could still take out a Char Y. But surprisingly, my opponent's actually Charizard X. Very cool. I've actually thought about wanting something similar, running Charizard X and Venusaur to bluff the Charizard Y. It actually means that my Rock Slide will not kill the Charizard because it's not quad weak to rocks anymore. So it doesn't go down, but now obviously I actually get really lucky. I get the flinch there with the Rock Slide. Not that it mattered because I had 2 attackers left. both of whom could have KO'd this thing. So I'm guessing up for the Aerodactyl because then him, assuming he was max speed, he'd speed tie with Kang, but I'm guessing because he was X, he probably wasn't max speed. So that was actually going to be battle number 2 in my favor. I believe that was a 3-0 right there. So big turnaround for me. Aerodactyl, Black Bolt, his first battle, putting in work. Really glad to have him on the team. He also gives me another taunter, so I have 2 taunters now in Sableye and Aerodactyl, which is really helpful. And also 2 ways to ignore Wage Powder, because Sableye has safety goggles. He's got the little lab goggles on, and Aerodactyl has got the Sky Drop, which ignores Wage Powder, but not Follow Me, notably. So that is battle 1 in my favor. So now it's all tied up, going to battle 2. And let's go ahead and see who can pull out with this one, if I win or if Jake will take the win. Obviously, you have to win 2 in a row, which is a little more difficult. But now that I feel like I've got a sense for Jake's team, I'm feeling like I'm in a really great position. So let's see. Jake goes in and leads with his Goodra again and his Aegislash. So different leads this time. I led with Aerodactyl and Greninja just because I felt like they did really good work against this team. So here, I actually decided this is why I want to taunt on Aerodactyl. I was really skeptic, Shade was a little skeptic, but thus far I'm really loving it. So let me know if you like the taunt. I'm able to trap this Aegislash, so I predicted to either probably go for a sub, to be totally honest. Because Special Aegislash is so much more common in VGC. Unfortunately, my opponent goes for a T1 on Greninja, but because I went for Dark Pulse, not super effective, and thankfully they don't get the para, which is huge. Surprise, my opponent reveals their physical Aegislash, and I taunted them, which is huge for me. It won't be able to KO either one of my pokes from the range of HP Aerodactyl's at, and obviously Shadow Sneak is not very effective on Doctor Who. So they go for some chip damage. I might have switched out there, hard to say. I decided to go ahead and bring the Goodra up in the air just to get some damage on it. I can always attack it next turn since Greninja is slower than Aerodactyl, and take out the Aegislash. So I went for that in case the Goodra wanted to hit me with something. Obviously I didn't want to take a hit. Now, because I'm faster than Goodra but slower than Aerodactyl, I can always double team it. So out comes the Greninja once again. I thought my opponent might Mad Block, and I decided to go ahead and chance the Speed Tie again. I go for my Ice Beam, seeing how much it did to this Goodra previously. I think this might be physically defensive, hard to say, because I have max attack Aerodactyl. I go for an Ice Beam on the Goodra just to take it out. So that was huge for me. The Goodra between the Sky Drop and the Ice Beam actually goes down. Huge turn for me. My opponent actually goes for the Ice Beam on the Aerodactyl, seeing how much work it does to their team. This makes me think they probably bought Venusaur, the fact that they're targeting Aerodactyl, because it's the thing that does by far the most damage to Venusaur. So unfortunately Black Bolt goes down, but Black Bolt, you did an amazing job. Super good job. So now I bring in my Manectric, and yes, the Venusaur does come out. So good job on my opponent's part, targeting the Aerodactyl there. Here they do Mega, so I'm assuming they did not bring Char X, or like the Charizard in general. So now my opponent is down to... Actually, I know these are their last 2 pokes right here. So I decided to... I've got several options I could go for, but I decided to go ahead and double team. Actually, no, I don't double team. I predict the Greninja to actually Ice Beam. And so I decided to actually go for a Flamethrower. Here, I could have gone for a Snarl because these are both special attackers, but I just want to get damage off. So I actually go for the Flamethrower on the Greninja. Crit absolutely did not matter whatsoever. I think that was my second crit in this battle. A super effective Flamethrower from Choice Specs Manectric would guarantee take the thing out. So, unfortunately I take huge damage right there from that Sludge Bomb. Not pleasant at all. I don't get poisoned. I do manage to live, which is good. It didn't really matter though, because now obviously Kang is faster than Venusaur. And the HP that this Venusaur is at, it is not going to be enough to take a return. Not to mention that it has to take a Flamethrower from my Choice Specs Manectric first. So, sorry Venusaur, I love Venusaur. It's one of my favorite Megas, all-time favorite starter. I've been using one to great success on my OU team. But this one gave me a little trouble, so that's kind of why I added Aerodactyl to the team. Again, if you haven't seen the changes I made, check out a link down below to the team building series. Look at the video around this team. If you haven't seen the other battles with this team, be sure to check out the playlist. If you go to our channel's homepage, you'll see playlists of every tier that we play. So if you're ever in the mood to just watch UU, OU, VGC, Ubers, whatever, just go to our channel and just look through those playlists and knock yourself out. So Jake, GG. I love VGC so much. I love the thrill of like losing that first battle and having to claw your way back, win 2 in a row. It's very exciting. I love the difference of getting to learn your opponent's team and how important that information is as you play. But a really, really exciting match. This is the first match I had after changing my VGC team. Aerodactyl making a strong case for himself already. Gotta love Black Ball. Happy to welcome him to the Fantastic Four. Let me know what you think of Aerodactyl. If you think it's good, what set you want on Aerodactyl. And stay tuned for more, because in the next VGC video, you'll be meeting the other new member of this team. But that is going to conclude today's video. If you liked it, if you disliked it, please leave a rating down below. Leave a comment. Helps Rocket HQ grow. Let us know what you like and what you don't like. And let me know if you like this team, if you like VGC, or just how you're feeling today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Admin Umbra, signing off for Rocket HQ. Have a good one.